hope you enjoyed the adverts for McDonald's and various cars and PPI and everything. I'm sure you didn't really. Anyway, we are back with race 2, which for those of you that missed the first part, this is obviously a rerun, a restart, because we had a bit of a nightmare. So, here we go. Effectively, what you have here, ignore the car flying around everywhere, because that's our race director. Who is currently flapping around all over the track like some demented dragonfly. But obviously, that won't be continuing, because he's race director. So as soon as we get ready to go, once everyone's settled, obviously you'll be calling out everybody just to make sure that they are in the correct order, ready for racing, which we shall be doing very soon. So we're just waiting. Obviously they'll just probably need to sort out their fuel again quickly, because obviously that was what they had done before. Somehow it managed to kick Mail out, but he's happy and annoyed that he's back in. So we have our Super 6. Sorry Sky if you patented that, but tough, I'm using it anyway. I mean, if you want to include Matt, you could say it's a Magnificent 7, but I'm the only bald-headed one, I think, so I'd have to be Yul Brynner. For those of you that are old enough, for those of you that haven't got a clue what I'm on about, Google it. You'll know what I mean. So, this is probably going to be one of the slowest starts you've ever seen in your life, because everyone will just be getting into formation and getting into position. Which they'll be doing any moment now, ready for race number 2. Obviously, you will have S7, who will be in first place, obviously Subaru STI Ryan in second, Thunderhead in third, because they were the 3 who were unfortunately involved in a menage a trois, which involves some very heavy thumping, and that's got nothing to do with dubious films you might watch on certain channels. In the meantime, you've then got the 3 that were having a battle in race number 1, which is Mark Quirty, Brooksy 044, and our winner of race number 1, who is Mail number 1. So obviously these guys are just having a little trundle. Technically speaking, this is going to be a 4-lap race. Because obviously lap number 1 is taken up as pretty much a parade lap. What you'll probably get is you'll see the cars concertinaing a little bit. I mean, it's all in the hands of Sevens here. He's the guy who dictates the pace and dictates what's going to be happening. So he will be there deciding who's going to do what, but effectively, as he comes around the bus stop chicane, he will be probably trying to get the run on somebody. But no brake testing, guys, please, hopefully. We don't want none of that. And effectively, probably come into the bus stop chicane pretty slowly, try and get a burst out of it, coming up to La Source, and then obviously as he comes around that hairpin, then try and get some pace up into Eau Rouge and up into the Kemmel Straight. Did somebody disappear then? Where are you going? We're on a parade lap, you can't disappear. Right, that's okay. So just as we're watching, let's have a look at the fuel. So we got Mail with 70.7 litres of fuel in there. Brooksy's got 63. Mark Woody's got 53. Thunderhead's got 57.4. Shit. Shit. I don't know why he's put that much fuel in. He's got more fuel in his car than some of the penalised guys have in theirs. But hey, each to their own, I suppose. I'm sure he'll explain that one later. And obviously, Subaru STI Ryan's got 32. And then obviously, Sevens has got 41.7 in his. But yeah, Mayo's definitely got 70 litres in his. I'm just wondering if that was a maximum that he could fit in that car. I wonder. I thought he was meant to have 73. Anyway, here they all come around. Did he get much of a run there? He got a little bit, didn't he? As he came around there. So here they go around La Source. Just having a look at everyone coming around there. Everyone get around fairly. Yeah, they did. Back round to the front then. Just seeing as they all just rock up into Rouge. Into the Kimmel Straight. Oh dear. That was, the umpire definitely signalled a wide there. Definitely signalled a wide for that one. So I'm just going to keep this view on here because we get all 6 cars for the moment. So the Sevens comes around. Is everybody coming around now? Let's have a look. Let's see them all coming in, coming around. Everyone gets around there safely. Again, looking into Brussels. Well, if you want to call it Brussels, I'd call it Brussels anyway. Nothing to do with Sprouts. And down into Double Gauche. So at the moment you've got the front two have built up a little bit of a lead, haven't they? Oh, I just saw Subaru STI Ryan went a bit wide there, lost a bit of traction into that one. The fighting's at the back at the moment, isn't it? Mayo lost a little bit of ground. It's always tough at the back, especially if you're doing a parade lap first. You don't always see when they take a shoot, so you might lose a bit of. But in the meantime, you've got these 4 guys all together. So you've got Mayo there, obviously winner of race 1 in 6th place. Thunderhead again all over the back of Brooksy. Oh no. And he's all over the back of Mark Quirdy, who's in 3rd. Brooksy goes wide there, he went very wide there. Did that give him a bit of extra pace coming out of that? They paid the ball. He tries to go for a move on a bus stop chicane. And oh, he's spun. And oh, he's been hit. Oh, he's been hit. Is he going to get back into the pits? Oh dear. I reckon he's going to try and go into the pits. He is. Is that legal? I don't know. I would have probably done it too, though, in all fairness. Oh, that's a bit of a downer for him there, because I think he caught the curb, didn't he? He caught the curb and took a spin, and then got his back end slapped. Which I can't tell you what that's like. It's not often that's happened to me. In the meantime, let's get down to the front. We've got a little battle going on. There's 0.6 of a second here between the front two, which is Sevens and Subaru STI Ryan, 2 guys who didn't really have the great fun in race number 1, but they've got a 10-second gap in race 2 into lap 3 of 5. So let's basically have a little look. Let's get into the cockpit. This is the one I wanted. Let's have a look here. So obviously we're on board with Subaru STI Ryan. He's trying to chase down Sevens, which he's doing quite well, quite smooth through those corners, in all fairness to him there. I think Sevens is under a bit of pressure here. Judging by the way he's driving, he looks like he's under a bit of pressure. He's a little bit all over the track, whereas if we're looking at Subaru STI Ryan here, from what I'm following here, seems quite smooth. Seems quite comfortable in where he is. He's done the fastest sector 2. and the fastest Sector 1 so far. Is he going to try and outbrake him into the bus stop? Oh, he's got to run on him, he's got to run on him. Oh no, not quite. Nearly there. Very, very close. As we see them now, just coming up to the source, around the corner. Oh, that's close. Did they swap paint there? That's a bit of swerving. He's just trying to get some slipstream as they come up into Eau Rouge. But will he lose downforce being that close behind? Because sometimes you can do that. If you're that close with a car behind, you can sometimes lose a bit of downforce. But if you keep it, then he might well be able to pull out here and get the run on him. He's pretty much alongside, but it depends who's got the brake in. Yeah, didn't really have that. I don't think he wanted to have a crash in race 2, did he? But he's managed to get the inside there. It's a good little battle, these two. Oh, he's pulled over, he's gone away, he's lost it, he's lost the initiative. Basically didn't have to pull an overtaking move there, did Ryan? Managed to get away from Sevens there, and looking at the pace he had, I'd expect him to possibly pull away. In the meantime, we're looking at the battle for 4th between Mail and Thunderhead. Brooksy's obviously had a bit of a disaster in the pits, unfortunately for him, which is probably put him way down in race number 2, but hey, that's unpredictable motor racing for you, isn't it? He's technically probably the fastest person on the track, but if you spin and you get hit, then it could cause problems, especially in a short race like this one. So we're 4 of 5 at the moment, and we're looking at the battle for 4 and 5 at the moment, which is Mail 1, who's the winner of our first 10-lap race tonight, of our debut race, and he's on the back of Thunderhead, who's defending pretty well. He's not a bad defensive driver actually, is Thunderhead 74. So I think he's going to try and hold off, and obviously he will be looking at, again, I'm going to jump forward from those two guys because they have still got a bit of a gap there. So I'm just looking now at the front two, which is Sevens, who's got right back up with Subaru STI Ryan. There's a 1.5 second gap there between those two. As they come up into Eau Rouge, heading past Camel into the Camel Straight. Just as they're heading up to Le Camp, if you would say for your friends. Again, really close, keeping the braking tight. Probably lost a little bit there with the braking, but we'll come back to the guys in a minute because they are. There's not much in it, 1.5 seconds, we're under a second now. We'll come back in a moment, won't we? So, looking at Brooksy, who's probably resigned himself to bringing up the rear in this one, unfortunately, due to that spin. But again, now we're looking at Mail 1, who's right behind Thunderhead at this point in time. Although it's telling me on the graphic that there's obviously rather a discrepancy in the terms of how far they are behind the leader. We know that they're like within a second of each other, but that's telling us something different, so we'll ignore that graphic, won't we? Say what you see, as a certain Irish fella used to say on a certain TV show. Except to be authentic, you have to say what you see. If you see it, say it. That's me rubbish Irish accent. I'm sure some Irish people will give me some chip over that at some point later. But so we're into the last lap. Obviously Subaru STI Ryan, total change of fortunes in this one. Obviously having to retire, being last in the last one. He's leading in this one. Sevens had to retire in the last race. So there we go, that's first and second place. Totally different kettle of fish from race number 1. So congratulations to Subaru STI Ryan for taking a win in race number 2. S. Evans taking second place. There's Mark Quirty taking his now It's his customary third place. You can say he's consistent. That's third place in both. Thunderhead keeps his fourth place, although he was under some severe pressure from Mail, who, let's say, had a disastrous start, but he got back into it, which you've got to give him some credit for there. And somewhere he's not used to being is Mr. Brooks, coming in sixth place. Fastest man doesn't always win, you see. It's one thing with motor racing, the fastest guy does not always win the race. Tortoise and hare, anyone? And the moral of this story is, yeah, I'll tell you that one tomorrow. So, race 2 comes to an end with Mr. Brooks coming in bringing up the rear, which means he's going to be first place in race number 3. So let's have a rundown. Subaru STI Ryan, massive change of fortunes, comes in, instead of coming in 6th, he comes in 1st with a best lap of 208.42. Sevens, who had to retire in race 1 after a horrible crash, 209. And Mark Quirty comes in 3rd again, consistent mate, 2 races, 3rds in both, 2:13 laps. Thunderhead, who actually picked the wrong car this time for some reason, 2:14.9, that's probably why, because he didn't have a clue what car he was driving. Mail 1 with a 2:15.9 coming in 5th. Brooksy, again, fastest lap on the track, 2:06. And then, obviously, so we're going into race 3. So race 3 will start with Brooksy at the front. I'm sure he'll be going out for all out for the win, gun to tape. So again, looking at fuel, Brooksy, Mail and Thunderhead will have 45 litres in their cars for race number 3. So again, just so we can see exactly what's what there with that. Mark will have 55, S. Evans will have 65, and Subaru STI Ryan will have 75 litres. So just that we can see what everybody has got there. Actually, we've actually lost S. Evans. He's had to disappear. I did see a message come up there. Something's happened. He's had to disappear. Just so anyone's wondering where he might have gone to, that's where. Which is unfortunate, but hey, these things happen. So obviously, we're just going to wait for everybody else to get settled. Obviously, to make sure they got the right fuel in, or in Thunderhead's case, make sure you got the right car, mate. Which I know he has got this time, because I can see the livery. But you haven't seen that in racing before, have you? I mean, I've yet to see Sebastian Vettel get inside the Merc instead, and Hamilton get inside the Toro Rosso. Oh, it's, I mean, in this world, anything can happen. So, last race, obviously 6 laps, because the first is a parade lap. I think somebody forgot to do that on race 2, didn't they? And probably race 1. But hey ho, these things happen. We're human after all. No, I'm an automaton. Of course I'm not. And yes, I'm just amusing myself, so just ignore me completely. That's what most people do. So anyway, just so any of you might know who I am, I'm the person in the bottom of that graphic there. I am SRC68 MCFC. For those of you that can't work it out, I'm sure most of you can. SRC are my initials. 68 is, yeah, it's the year of my birth. And MCFC, well, if I say Pep Guardiola, the City of Manchester Stadium, the only team in Manchester, you're kind of getting the drift. But that's another sport. just letting you know that if you are watching tonight, you do get to watch this. If you want to tune in next week, don't, because there's a certain thing going on. It's called the World Cup in England they're playing, and I'll be watching it, and so will Matt. So yeah, postpone until the week after for that one, I think. It is the World Cup. It happens once every 4 years. Once every 4 years, everybody in England goes, oh Christ, not again. Oh. I'm hopeful we'll get out of the group this time. You never know. Weirder things have happened. And if you're wondering what that sound was, I'm not on the beer, it's Pepsi Max. I'm teetotal, I'm a good boy. Don't drink. Message to kids. Don't drink. Don't, honest. It's not good for you. Well, actually it's not bad. But anyway, enough of that waffle. Here we go. Race number 3, 6 laps. The race is actually 5 laps, but the first lap is a parade lap. And then we have 5 race laps. Just so you know, just in case you got confused, because last race was 5 laps, because somebody made it 5 instead of 6. Don't know who that could have been, but it certainly wasn't me. That's as much as I'm going to say. It's great to blame somebody else. I'll take the blame for absolutely anything else. Anything in commentary is an absolute disaster, that's me. Anything else that isn't, no. So, here we go. Race 3, 5 lap shootout, 1 lap trundling at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps GP. My Flemish is rubbish, so I'm not even going to try and speak Flemish. But let's be fair, it's a bit like French, isn't it? As soon as they're on the border from each other. So, in the meantime, at the front of the grid, we've got, our race director, Matty Cake 2010, who will obviously not be there. Instead, he's doing that. So, you know what? Let's just look at another car instead, because it's just funny. I mean, it's just like, it's Project Cars, isn't it? I mean, if you suffer with photosensitive epilepsy, try saying that after a few. But if you do suffer from that, look away, because it's just that's just mad. I mean, why it doesn't just take that car away and put it into the spectate, which is exactly what he's trying to do with it. There you go. See, now it goes, it disappears, thankfully. So you can now look it back in if you've got sensitive epilepsy. So, lap nil of the 5-lap race, which obviously is our start. And trust me, Mr. Brooks there, who came in last in race 2, having had a spin, I'm definitely going to put my house on it that he wins this race. Thankfully I'm not doing that with William Hill, just in case something bad happens. But at the moment he's done a bit of a blast, hasn't he? He's blasted off into the sunset, and now he's going to stop, because he's probably tried to warm up his brakes a little bit, or something like that. I wouldn't rule that out. He's certainly tried to warm up the tyres, but I tried to warm up the brakes a little bit to operate in temperature too. Hopefully, I think he'll be looking to try and get a I think he'll be trying to get a blast. Somebody rather sillily put on a motor kick Matty 2010, who just happens to be a race director, so he's probably told somebody that they're being stupid. Thankfully, we're all friends here. That's the way it goes. So obviously, the guys will just be getting into position. So we got a 5-man run here, which obviously is Brooksy 044, who is your leader, having come last in race number 2. Never thought I'd say that, but I have. And obviously Mayo 1, who's had, shall we say, pretty mixed evening. Wins race number 1, 5th in race number 2, but he's in 2nd place in race number 3, and in a good position. Yeah, Thunderhead 74, again, had a very, very mixed evening. Had an absolute retrospectively by our race director. It did happen pretty quick. It was pretty unexpected the way it happened. Pretty much caught everyone on the hop, but it was a bit difficult to make an in-race decision there and then without having the benefit of being able to look at a very quick rerun. Sometimes that happens, but you've got to use a bit of common sense in life. And that is exactly what has been done here. I think if our race director had made a snap decision there, it might not have been to the benefit. In hindsight, the safety car might not have been a bad thing, but again, it's a split-second decision that has to be made. Again, it can always be looked at after, just to see if there's anything there. So, anyway, here we go. We're ready to rock and roll. And Mr. Brooks is well away. He gets his rapid start, which he usually does. Whether he got a jump on that, I'm not so sure. There was a bit of a conversation there between our race director and Brooksy there, because I can see the graphics coming up on the screen. Well, obviously Brooksy is away, heading up the Camel Straight. Mail 1.5 seconds behind him at the moment. Obviously Thunderhead there, he's just touching the side there. So a bit of Thunderhead just gets a tap there off Subaru STI Ryan. Very, very close to the back of him, incredibly close to the back of him. And just tries to go through on the inside. It's going to be a tight one, it's going to be a tight one. Yeah, he certainly had the line there. Might have had a tap on him early on, which might have cost him a little bit, I'm not sure. It did look pretty close. Yeah, again, I can see a graphic coming up from indicating the race director, so there might well have been something in there. Just to have a look. So we got Mark 21 who's got it all to do this time round. Obviously having a decent race last time round, coming in 5th at the moment, but he's in the back of Thunderhead who's run out wide. So I might give Mark 20 a chance to catch up with him. Again, Subaru STI Ryan in 3rd. Yeah, it looks like he's got pace in now. It's the P20, isn't it? He's in there. Very nice colours. Like I say, as he comes right on the start. Mail again, trying to chase that Brooksy. I'm looking back at Mark when he's at the back of Thunderhead. The two of them are pretty close. I don't know whether Thunderhead's sustained something like that. Subaru STI Ryan went past him, he seems to have lost a bit of pace. Just to look into that. So again, looking at Mark Wood, he's just at the back of Thunderhead there as he comes into the road. Gets around there fine. Mark goes slightly onto the board, but not too wide. Might lost a bit of time though. As we watch all the guys coming up the Camel Straight. Brooksy gets himself around. Here we go. This is where he catches up with us. Watching Brooksy coming around. And again, just trying to catch Mail coming around. Subaru STI Ryan. Thunderhead. Mark is probably lost a little bit of ground after running wide. Probably cost him a little bit. Let's get back to the leader then. As you can see on the map graphic, there's not a massive gap between them, but obviously there's a bit of a space between 3 and 4, about 4.5, 5 seconds. I fully expect, like I said earlier, I didn't expect Brooksy to relinquish from the front, but you don't know. You can always get a spin, it's always possible. I think the reality is he probably has really quick setups. Obviously, if you've got a quick setup, chances are they tend to be quite loose. So, if you get it wrong and you spin, then that's the downside. He seems to be doing okay, seems to be holding it at the moment with lap 3. So we got 2 and a bit laps to go. 2 and a squidgy bit laps as he passes. through the bus stop chicane. So, into lap number 4. With a fastest lap of 206.358. You won't be surprised to know that he did a fastest sector 2 and a fastest sector 3. But Mail has also beaten his sector 2 time. So, it's not all over, is it? He's got a 3.5 second lead on Mail. He's just coming down. Just watch Brooksy as he comes into goes through where he's there, through Kimmel and into the Kimmel Straight, and then just getting a nice line down there, looking at the second and third place cars, looking at Mail, Super West here, right, catching up on everything on the track. 0.7. Seconds depending where you are on the track, then you've got a 5.7, nearly 6 second gap to Thunderhead, and Mark's losing ground on this one, so whether he got himself a bit of damage or not, I'm not so sure, whether he just lost the pace in this race and just couldn't get it back. Quite possible, as we're into lap number 4. So, like I say, 2 and a bit laps to go after this. Roxy's lead still around the 3 second mark from Mail 1. He's driving pretty well, to be fair. He might be able to catch up, but it's going to be close sometimes for Mail on the circuit. Might gain a little bit, but he probably lost a bit by hitting the boards out. Yeah, he's lost a fair bit by hitting that. He's probably lost the best part of a second there. So, Roxy, which obviously will be food for Subaru STI Ryan, who's gaining over here in third. He's got that gap down to 2.3 seconds. 2 laps to go after this bus stop chicane, as easy for me to say. So again, if you're looking around, see 2 second gap coming from Lonnie. Got 2 laps in which to do it. He's done his best lap. 139 thousandths of a second, but he's managed to do his best lap, so obviously can't raise less fuel in there, then as long as the tyres aren't hammered, which they should be in a short sprint like this, then chances are you're going to do a faster lap, which obviously Brooksy has done by pushing it down to 205.36. So here you go, here's second and third, which is probably the closest battle on track. Again, Subaru STI Ryan still a bit quicker than he did last time round, but the cap is still at 2.3. Is maintaining that gap. Not so sure what's happened with Mark Quirdy here, apart from the fact that he's pretty much off the pace in this race. Is that down to his fuel? He's got 38 litres, Thunderhead's obviously got 29.4. Really, Subaru STI Ryan's carrying 49.3 and he's still doing pretty good on it. Again, Mail's got 26 after the last race. He's got 28 now, so he's running well with that. Again, 3 second lead. Looking pretty comfortable, I think it's fair to say. Mail's going to keep trying, but he's losing ground right now. Whether he's sort of thought, right, okay, barring a disaster, I'm not going to catch Brooksy, who's now starting to pull away. The lead's now on 4 seconds, so he's into the groove now. I don't think he's going to lose that. Jump ourselves back to Mark Wood. He is in 5th again. He's going to break the mould. He's not going to finish 3rd by the look of it. But again, 3rd and 5th. It's not the worst night on the record, is it? And again, Thunderhead in 4th place in the right car this time. I'm sure he'll be happy to know. Very fetching as well it is. No, that's a chicane. He did his best there to try not to do a chicane, but honestly it's definitely a chicane. I'm going to do it. But again, it just shows 3 different races, 3 very, very different results, 3 very different outcomes for all the people involved. So again, it just shows this sort of format. Basically, gets the established order, chucks it in a cement mixer and gives it a good twist around. Hopefully at the end of it, you get some nice ready-made concrete. Or in our case, we get some nice close racing. Obviously, the more people you have on the grid, the more chance you've got to run a close race. And hopefully that will build in time. We're still young. This is our maiden evening. This is our debut evening for our new LMP2 season. So like I say, if you want to have a little look, if you're just looking at this on the YouTube site, as we're into the last lap watching our leader, if you want to have a look on the YouTube site, don't know what I was thinking, just go into EHACRacing.wordpress. If you go into that.com, obviously, if you go into that, I'll take you onto the website, have a good little look around. There's some links on there to obviously this YouTube site, whatever. Have a little gander, have a look, see what you think. If you fancy joining us, sign up, send MattyCake 2010 a PSN message on PlayStation, or if you want to, IMSLC68MCFC, if you want to send me one. Either of us, send us a message, we will come back to you. And there's Brooksy takes a win, third time lucky. I can't say that because it is true, but I thought he'd take that gun to tape again. A good solid race from Mayo in second place. A first and a second tonight is pretty solid running. Again, Subaru STA Ryan coming in third. Thunderhead coming in fourth. Again, very much a mixed evening. A not so good, a great, and a not so good. And Mark Wordy, who I don't know why he kind of lost the pace on this one. Did pretty solid in the first two. Two third places and a fifth, maybe a little mistake or something like that. So that's race 3 of 3. So I hope you enjoyed that. That's our 3 races. Just to give you a rundown on the result. Brooksy 044 is your winner. Fastest lap of 205.3. Mail a good solid second place again. Subaru STI Ryan not far behind in third, with Thunderhead in fourth, Mark Quirty in fifth. Again, all 3 races totally different. If you're watching this afterwards, if you are one of the racers in these races and you are watching this afterwards, hope you enjoyed it. If you are going to be back with us, of course, as I said earlier, just in case you missed it, next week there's a little thing going on called the World Cup. Trust me, it ain't little. And on the 18th, a certain country called England will be playing.
Alright, dude.
Yeah. So for all of you, hope you enjoyed that tonight, and won't see you next week because we'll all be watching England, but we'll see you the week after. Ta-da.